Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Today, of course, we're talking about Dubai government employees will get 6 days paid leave to visit Expo 2020. Very exciting. We're also talking about Dubai ruler has allocated 5.2 billion for land and home plots for Emiratis.
And we'll also be talking about the age of ice cream robots at this Dubai mall. And
please stay tuned, because later in the show we have Darren, aka AWOL Motivation. He has an incredible story to tell, one of perseverance, resilience, and also just an incredible motivator. So if you need a little bit of motivation, I promise you, stay tuned. This will be a good one. But before we get there, times are changing. Digital technology is changing how we live. It's not, students aren't going to school anymore with pencil and paper. And we saw this very interesting cheating story from India, where there was people taking an exam to be teachers, and they've leveled up with the cheating, right? Proper
level up. This is some next level. They are heading in the right direction.
Heading in the right or the wrong? This is top level. I don't know, like snake-like behavior. So basically, to cheat in the exam, this was a very let's say 1.6 million were taking this exam, and only 30,000 people were actually going to get accepted into the teaching degree. So you understand that there was a lot of
competition,
in the market, and there was a lot of policemen trying to make sure that no cheating happened. Anyway, what they did was they put SIM cards in their shoes, in their flip-flops, that were connected to earbuds in their ears, planted in their ears, to do the cheating.
But I'm just like, how did they get caught? That is pretty elaborate, right? Like having it buried in your ears, like from the video that we saw, and then having...
I love the way that's the first thing that you think.
Yeah, come on, like how did they get caught? Like, you know, it's the people cheating as well as the people catching them. It's like both have to be pretty smart to figure this out, you know?
I always think the cheaters should be one step ahead, but in this case, if you're going to have like a metal implant in your shoe in your ear, and there is like high alert for these exams, like they are trying to check and deter cheaters, potentially a metal detector, or potentially one of the 5 or 6 guys was like, huh? Okay. So maybe the tech was on point, but their acting wasn't.
You're right, absolutely right. Because a lot of the times, the things that give away these shady people is just their, you know, expressions, their behavior, how they react, how they, basically behave. So,
for example, if you're going through like the airport security, I've never taken anything that could be considered illegal through airport security that I know of. But however, I still feel like I act guilty. I'm still like, you know, because you imagine if like the sniffer dogs or something like jumps on you, you just.
I just twitched.
Have you ever had that where you've had to, like, I guess, lie or act not guilty, and it makes you act more guilty?
Yes.
Because we all have these giveaways, right?
Oh, totally. Once I was going in through immigration, and there was someone wearing a shirt with, you know, like that plant that is so popular. And I'm like, so gonna get checked. He's so gonna get checked. But no, I got checked. I'm just like...
I wonder what was your signal, your giveaway that made people check you.
I was probably just like staring at him the whole time and like smiling to myself. Like, I can totally see this checking happening, but no, it's like, you know, plot twist.
Plot twist. I don't think I'm a very good liar. I think I just...
Have you ever been stopped and checked though?
Well, yeah, but like the usual pat down, never anything more than that.
Oh, you know, but online I saw this other way that students are cheating, and it's through writing their answers on masks.
Wow.
They take it out, and it's just like on the flip side of the mask, but genius.
Back in my day, don't listen, by the way, do not try this at home or in school. Back in my day, people were doing it on their legs.
Yeah, and Kim Kardashian said she used to write the answers with washable ink on the back of her skirt, and she used to read it. And have you ever cheated on a test?
It doesn't come to mind, to be honest.
Ever? At any age?
I'm not going to say no, because it's possible, but I just can't remember. I'd be quite a scaredy cat with things like that, to be honest.
Yeah, it is pretty scary. I cheated once when I was really young, and I got caught, and after that, like the amount of just nervousness, like even thinking about it. Yeah, and she made me parade around the classroom, and I was like in class 4 or class 3, 3rd grade. and I was like paraded around the classroom, and I'm just like, and I was made to stand in the front. And after that, like that changed my life. I don't even want to think about it. Let's move on.
Okay. Poor Simran. But let's move on to someone saying, good morning, Mavish on Facebook is saying digital genius. Yeah, it's quite smart. Moving on to our top story, Dubai government employees will get 6 days paid leave to visit Expo 2020. As we know, the countdown to Expo 2020 is finally on. It's 3 days to go. It will open its doors to the public and Dubai residents. We actually cannot wait. We know how big the site is, but I think it needs to be seen to be believed in real life. 162 pavilions, up to 60 live shows every single day. And we basically know that it's not going to be tourable in one day. But maybe 6 days will do the trick. So the latest directive from His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai, he announced yesterday that Dubai government is going to do something pretty fantastic.
So Dubai government employees can get up to 6 days of paid leave to enable them and their families to visit Expo 2020.
What a treat!
6 days paid leave.
Do you remember 2013 when they announced Expo and we all got a day off? And it was like, yes.
I don't remember, but I'm sure it's exciting.
It was like a national holiday. So this is like anyone working, any government employee yesterday was like, yes, what a perk. But this is the thing, like Expo is so exciting. 3 days away for the opening ceremony. It's happening on Thursday night at 7:30 and you can actually watch it.
Live on their live streaming platform as well as ours, hopefully.
Super exciting. Like, guys, think of this in terms of magnitude and effect. The world, I do believe, is going to be watching. Think of this as like an Olympics opening ceremony. It's going to be from, I actually think the official thing will start from 8 until 9:30, so an hour and a half, representing, like we're going to see a lot of kind of UAE representation, but the whole point of Expo is unifying and togetherness of the world. So I literally can't wait to see what they pull out. And also, like Simran said, hopefully we'll be streaming it live on our platforms and also via the Expo 2020 live YouTube link. So you can see it there too. 3 more days.
I just got goosebumps.
Someone saying, the opening ceremony. Like the opening ceremony, guys, it's just going to be phenomenal. When will Expo 2020 open? It opens to the public then on October 1, and we announced yesterday that they have a pass for the full length of October. An adult single ticket costs 95 dirham, or you can get a month pass for the very same price. And please, if you're not sure of whether or not to visit, just check out Expo in terms of the amount of goings on in the first month. Like there's over 120 cultural events. There's, up to 60 live shows every day. There's happenings in the Sustainable Pavilion, in the Opportunity Pavilion, like in everything. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of events happening. So basically, you just need to decide which day you want to go, which days.
And for the first time in history, every country is getting their own pavilion. So if not for anything, you might just want to go down to support your own country. And they've spent billions of dollars in this, on this. So you can't, with that money comes a great level of construction and infrastructure and just so many things that have been planned out for your entertainment and just for your to satisfy every single guest who goes to the expo. So it's going to be so exciting. But it's interesting if government employees have to show proof that we've been to the expo. If not, I would just take the 6 days leave. But I'm sure there has to be something in place, like, okay, show us your tickets of the 6 days.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting thought process, though. It's a good point.
But moving on, it is the age of ice cream robots at this mall in Dubai. Now, artificial intelligence has taken baby steps and has evolved from simple facial recognition processors to full-fledged humanoid robots. And speaking of which, humanoid robots have replaced humans at a unique ice cream joint called Ice Alice at the Dubai Festival City Mall. And if you can expect tech of this nature anywhere in the world, you can definitely expect it here in Dubai.
I'm just looking at our Facebook show and the gift that you've used of eat the ice cream with a robot. It's scary. The ice cream serving robo called Ice Alice is actually the world's first mannequin AI robotic vending machine and interacts with customers using recognition and sensory tools throughout. So a mall goer, Hind Mazaina, she actually shared the images on Twitter, and tweets were fascinated with the concept, to say the least.
And Austin Allison replied to the post saying, everything about this is terrifying. Or should he have said everything bite this? It's terrifying. Bite. Robotic language. Technological language.
Nice.
But it sucks, you know, like now with these robots, you can't really sweet talk to them. You can't be like, just like a little bit of extra toppings.
To get that cherry on top.
Yeah, like that free bit of toppings.
Yeah, like that's a good point, because the human element is gone. But will robots take over every single customer shopping experience? Hopefully not.
Yeah.
However, at the same time, how much do we really love that personal shopping experience? You know, when you go into specific stores and they're like, you need help? You're like, no, I'm fine. Next 2 minutes later, you need help? You're like, no, it's okay. So
imagine a robot doing that.
But the robot won't do it. The robot will understand that I just want to shop alone.
Imagine the robot is going through a glitch, or it's going through something.
You need help, 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 you need help. Oh, fine.
I'll put it in the
ice cream. But what's interesting about this one is it's called Ice Alice, and they've given the robot a hairstyle. You know, so it's
yes. Blue eyes,
potentially gender fluid, but the hair comes here. So it's nice. It's adding a bit of personality. It's definitely something that you would try once, and I wonder if it's one of the things. It's like for me, it's too far technologically advanced. I'd like to see it in every store, and then 60 years later, my kids would be so used to seeing robots doing like regular cash and exchange.
You're right.
But then there won't even be cash. So who's to know?
And now in Middlesex, I know robots, like they have robotics classes, and it's actual robots kind of teaching a little bit of the class, like small bits of the modules are being taught by robots. Wow, things are actually changing.
I remember the school I worked in, they were like, monkeys can teach. I was like, I'm not going to say what school that was. Moving on. Dubai ruler allocates 5.2 billion for land plots and homes for Emiratis. Big news on the land plot front. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has approved the allocation of 4,000 new land plots and houses to citizens of Dubai only at a cost of 5.2 billion as part of the first phase of an Emirati housing program. He also raised the limit for interest-free housing loans to 1 million. So that means they can now get interest-free housing loans for 1 million dirham for eligible categories. So it's worth checking out for Emiratis which eligible categories are eligible for that 1 million loan. Inside Sheikh Mohammed said housing and social infrastructure projects actually represent one of the government's highest priorities. He said our housing projects are developed after taking into consideration the needs of the entire family as part of our efforts to create an environment that promotes social welfare and cohesiveness. He also said we'll continue to implement high quality housing projects to provide a decent life to our citizens, which is just incredible.
And along with that, HH Sheikh Maktoum bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Deputy Ruler of Dubai and Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, commented the development of a comprehensive housing plan for Dubai citizens over the next 20 years reflects a long-term vision for addressing the aspirations of Emirati families. Our housing development plans not only aim to enhance lifestyle standards by improving the quality of construction and services, but also strengthen social well-being and cohesiveness. That was noted by His Highness, and this follows His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid approving the allocation of 65 billion dirhams to an Emirati housing program in Dubai. Now, the budget will be spent over the next 2 decades to provide quality housing for Emiratis, and the number of citizens benefiting from the housing program will quadruple effective from next year. Really not a bad time to be an Emirati, must say.
No, well, it's just interesting because I think in all countries there is housing schemes.
Yes. Right.
So this is a housing scheme, but because it's Dubai, it's a little bit more magnificent that a housing scheme might be in another country. But to just know that they're putting more money into like the bills, to know that they're better standard, and that the number of people that are going to enjoy this benefit is quadruples in the next year. So that's just really incredible. And the interest-free housing loans is really fantastic as well, because it just helps people get on, you know, the housing ladder without this massive debt behind them, and that's provided by the government. So of course, it's UAE investing back into Emiratis, which I think is just incredible for the people here, and it makes them more proud to be in the UAE. And of course, we see, you know, big budgets going everywhere. So we're all just quite lucky to always be here, I would say.
Really, like the amount that the country does for tourists is one thing, you know, like the infrastructure, everything. They keep tourism in mind. They keep people flying in from outside, visitors, expats, residents. But to see them do so much for their own people, for citizens, for Emiratis, making sure that their necessities are met with and they're given more than, you know, more than they can imagine or more than they can ask for. It's just brilliant. It shows amazing leadership in all fronts.
100%. So that is the latest. More information on that on Lovin Dubai, and more information on all of our stories on Lovin Dubai. Instagram, we see you. Facebook, we see you. Just to recap, there's a couple of questions about the Expo, so I just want to get it. Someone's saying, are you guys, Beehive's blog says, are you guys showing it as well? Can it be better on YouTube so we can watch on big screen? So it's going to be on YouTube on the Expo 2020 Dubai page. Now, if you go there already, there's a live link, so that's going to be the link that it's on. Hopefully, the aim is to also stream it from here as Lovin Dubai, which would be super, super cool. We'll be streaming from 7:30, 7:40 on Thursday evening. The event starts at 8 and it runs until 9:30. All eyes will be on it. Like, I don't know what else I'd rather be doing in Dubai on Thursday evening. Like, I'm thinking there's going to be fireworks. Like, you just think it's going to be really, really big. So please stay tuned with us. This is one of the biggest moments we'll experience as Dubai residents. It's so iconic on the calendar of the year, of the decade as the country turns 50. It's going to be huge. So on Thursday night, be nowhere else than staring at your screen for the Expo opening. Can't wait.
This was years in the making and it's finally happening on Thursday night. Incredible.
So exciting. I just can't wait to see it because I feel like there's a lot of anticipation because a little bit of mystery around what it's going to be. That's why I'm super excited because I don't really know.
And you know, all the pavilions have been keeping their activities and their designs under wraps. Just some have, like, you know, given small teasers, but the UAE pavilion that's supposed to be like a falcon wing, and it's supposed to be one of the best pavilions at the Expo.
Interesting.
That's going to get unveiled.
Not surprising. Oh, really?
Yeah. And oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, just can you imagine the amount of new technology that we'll be able to witness inside the UAE pavilion in specific?
I think it's so important for all of us to share the pavilions that we go to and be like, this is the one you have to go to because it's going to be impossible to do it all. But we have 6 months. And guys, please stay tuned. Joining us now is going to be a motivator, life coach, and a man with an incredible story to tell. Darren, aka AWOL Motivation, is going to be on this show in about 30 seconds. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Joining us now is motivator, life coach, and a man with an incredible story to tell. Please pay attention. Darren, aka AWOL Motivation, is the proof that anything is possible. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I think we appreciate it because we were just chatting before the show. You have a flight at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
From DXB.
Yeah, to Heathrow.
So to Heathrow, so it's going to be out the door.
Literally on a run as fast as I can on them crutches.
So you are visiting Dubai.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And to give people a bit of an idea, first of all, what does AWOL stand for?
So AWOL stands for, my name's Darren Awolesi. So I thought, I wanted to come up with my own meaning and own association to why I'm doing what I'm doing with life coaching. So I took the 4 letters, which is which we know, so it's a way of life. So then I added the motivation on the end, and I thought, yeah, a way of life motivation. So that's where it come from. It stemmed from just having some dark days with my injury. I thought, you know what, I just want to change one person's life throughout my story, and just have them so they can realize that whatever you do in life, you're not at rock bottom. You've been to rock bottom, but you have to enjoy the process of climbing.
Yeah, we mentioned at the beginning you're a life coach and motivator. Right. I actually thought AWOL was Away Without Leave.
Yeah,
that was my first.
It could be. It could come across. But yeah, I think so. Absent without leave, away without leave. But no, it's definitely a way of life because everything you do is a way of life. I think that you're eating, your thinking, your friendship groups, your relationship. It's a way of life. Do you know what I mean? If you can just come to terms with what's good for you and what's not bad and what's not good for you, it's a way of life. Do you know what I mean?
And speaking of your name, you said you were trying to, let's say, come up with a name that inspires people. Has motivation always been part of your life? Is that something you've always been doing?
Yeah, so it's not always been a part. So I'll give them a brief in-cut. So I think you know. So I got shot in 2011, and then that's when my journey started with AWOL. So it was just like, it was mentoring before, because I've done mentoring for young people with knife and gun crime. And then I thought, I can do further than this. I can help not just young people, I can help everyone that I come in touch with. So my thing is that after my injury, which we'll go into, I just wanted to change as much people's life as possible that I come in touch with. I want you to leave with, it's free. Like, I just want you to leave with, I've heard your story, or I've come in contact with AWOL, and this is where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? You might take something that inspired you from my journey, or something that's very relatable that you can't speak about anyone else with. So I feel that's where I'm at.
And the thing is, like, just even checking your Instagram out, you know, things, your captions can inspire people. One that left out at me is 10 years ago, in a hospital bed, paralyzed from the chest down.
That's correct, yeah.
You didn't know you were going to walk again. And one of the things that you just said was that you were shot in 2011.
Yeah.
Take us there for a second.
So Gumtree was out Gumtree is a place that we buy and sell second-hand items or new items.
Gumtree,
Gumtree. So in the UK, so I sold a car, and in say like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, by 8 o'clock in the evening, I was on my way. So imagine this, I've hugged my mum at 8:20, I've gone back to her house. I'll give you a quick rundown. To get some shoes, couldn't get into a club, so I had to get some shoes. Gone back to, I was doing scrap metal at the time, so I had 2 vans back to back, so I was taking my non-ferrous out. Scrap metal in 2011 was rife because they're building the Olympic Park, so they're giving you like £300 a ton. I worked a job which is post office as well. I was a post office counter clerk, 24-hour contract, £11 an hour, so I was good, and I used to buy and sell cars, so I have 3 multiple incomes. Very, at a young age, knew about entrepreneurship, sold the car, and what I believe happened is the people that I sold the car to for cash, it was either £8,000 or £10,000 cash, because then you could accept cash. They come back for the money. That's when my whole life changed. So by chance, for some reason, I've gone back to the van to take the non-ferrous metal out for people that know what scrap metal is. So you go around in the UK, drive around in the morning, get a ton of metal. It's worth £300. Free money. Who's not going to do it? You see what I'm saying? So knowing that it helps me with my fitness, because I was a bigger person at that stage. Sold the car. What I believe, they come back for the money, approached by a person that had a gun, stood in my face, shot me. The first initial one was from my nose to my ear. I had like a skin mark. Grabbed the person by the face, had a tussle with them, fell on the floor. By that time, I've gave them the bag that the so-called money was in, is about £300, and no one in their right mind is going to walk around with lumps of money on them anyway. You're going to put it in the bank, you're going to put it in your home, you're going to do whatever. Buying and selling cars for about 7 years before that. So that was it. The next minute I know there's a tussle, like I said, falling over to the floor, managed to get up. Person showed me they got a gun. At that time, did it register? No, it didn't. It didn't register at all. It didn't even fathom to me that they got a firearm in their hand. Couldn't see what the person was wearing.
Even after this?
No, because obviously the adrenaline's running. I'm thinking that even after the shot and me giving them the bag with £300 in it, I feel I'm a male. Not that it's any different, but my pride feels dented. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I've gave you the bag, and I couldn't take it. And it was just that when you're from London, they talk a certain way. And it was just getting on my nerves. So I remember just saying to him, look, you got what you come for, thinking this the money. I didn't know what kind of what scenario was going on.
Yeah.
Cut a long story short, 2 other cars pulled out. They jumped out the car and they're kicking me, punching me. Shot again, missed me, and then I've grabbed onto a lamppost and I screamed for dear help. I just screamed. I just remember saying, help, please, help. Sorry. So I remember
don't apologise to me. Sorry, please don't apologise.
So I remember screaming for help, holding onto a lamppost. Then the fights broke up. Like, they've gone away. So there's about 8 of them. I'm now walking away, and I said to the person, look, at the end of it, like, just leave it. Like, leave it. And I can see people running now from the flats. But remember, 2 shots have been fired. Last one was, I walk away and I just said I said out loud, I'm going to find out who did this. But remember, I can't tell if the person's black, white, Indian. I can't tell you who it is because they wear a mask. Walked away, and then they run up to my back. So say it's my back, so I'll give you an example because the camera's here. This is my back, they've shot. So instead of the bullet coming out of my chest, it didn't. It ricocheted and hit my spine. So it's gone ricocheted all the way down. I've taken about 3 steps, fallen on the floor. So now I'm like jelly. From my big toe, it's becoming like jelly. So up to my chest. So at that point, I'm laying on the floor. And I just remember, I was calm. I just, you're going to laugh because you watched EastEnders before.
No.
So in EastEnders, Phil Mitchell gets...
It's like a soap in the UK.
Yeah, like a soap in the UK. So, you know, like anywhere, like movies, they get shot and it's like, oh, and there's loads of blood. And I was like, hold on, there's no blood. So have I been shot or I've been stun gun? Because it's still not registering what's really going on. Because I'm thinking, this is not happening to me. I haven't done nothing to deserve this. And that was it. So after being shot, ambulance come, and then that's when reality really hits. So now I'm in an ambulance. And they got a mask over me, the breathing mask. I'm on, is it morphine at that time? All these crazy drugs that they're pumping in that are prescription drugs. And they just told me that, yeah, you're in a boardroom in, like within about 45 minutes, you're in hospital. Then you're in another room with CT scans. If anyone knows what a CT scan is, they put you through this big round thing and it scans your whole body. And the bullet's lodged in your spine. 45 people flew from New York to do a study research on my spine. And they was like, he'll never walk again. So my bladder, bowels, and sexual function was gone.
Never walk again. Well, he, by the way, walked in here, no problem.
Walked
It's
no problem.
Absolutely no problem.
No problem. We thank God. So that's when I went through some depression, tried to commit suicide. Cut a long story short, fast forward to 4.5 months, I got to have a catheter. If anyone knows what a catheter is, they got a bit of suprapubic catheter in my system where it's going to be in there for the rest of my life. So that means I've lost my bladder, bowels, and my functions below my waist. I remember praying to God saying, I don't want to go down for this operation. I don't want to go down for this operation. Remember, 104 people, I've got it written down on paper, have told me I'm never going to walk. So you're talking physios, physios.
104 people. That's just like signing you, you know.
Writing you off saying that's not it. After that, I remember saying to the nurse, I can go, I need to go to wee. She's like, Darren, you're hallucinating, you've got a urine infection, a UTI, it makes you do that. So I was like, no, I haven't. I need to go wee. And I just remember pulling out this catheter, not realizing that it's about that long through my system. And she gave me a urine bucket, a weed, then I stopped. And she said, how do you do it? And I just realized at that point I've had a mental block. Because so many people telling you cannot do something, especially professions. I don't know the profession.
Wow.
And you got to do that. For me, I had to weigh up the options. I've got a bullet lodged in my spine. I haven't moved my legs for 4.5 months. I'm going through depression. I tried to commit suicide twice in the hospital. It didn't work. But they're telling me I'm not going to walk. If you've got physios, OTs, and nurses telling you you're not going to walk, you're going to listen to them. My thing is, don't listen to them. Because your mind is more powerful. I'm not going to say a miracle is going to happen, but we have mental blocks in life. And we need to understand that just because someone said no, doesn't mean it's your journey.
100, and that's obviously the story that you're telling. What's really powerful to me is that during the whole actual period, you remember everything. Like you're lucid from seconds. What was it like your family and your friends hearing? Is it harder for you, or is it harder seeing their reaction?
Harder. Do you know, I was very disappointed in myself because I'm half Nigerian, and my dad's always said from a young age, your children never go before you. So when I lay in the hospital bed, more than any shooting that's happened, I've got a son. Wow. Do you know what I mean? I was just disappointed that it happened to me. Imagine this, I didn't shoot myself, but I was so upset that it happened to me and my parents. And one day I'm gonna have to tell my son. I haven't told him. My son's 13 now. He was 2.5 at this time. I didn't tell him because I believe in life we all get these things called trauma.
Yeah.
So in trauma, like whether it's something bad's happened, you've got to understand his ownership and his fault. I'm gonna own this, and this is not my fault though. So as long as I can take ownership of it, this is my bag to deal with. So I'll deal with whatever mentally. It's not for me to pass on to anyone else, because I think a lot of people have children and they pass it on with bad behavior patterns. It's not for him. Whether it was on purpose or not on purpose, it wasn't him. It's nothing to do with them. So from the get-go, I always said to my parents, like, I'll be all right. And there's times I wasn't all right, and they knew I wasn't all right because I went through dark places, but I'm here, I'm breathing, do you know what I mean? So
100, like, and dark places, like we're talking the darkest of the dark. You mentioned suicide. You said even though you got shot and have been in the darkest of darkest places in your life, it's made you strong. You climbed from rock bottom with the odds being against you. The truth is you can only get better yourself when you go through it and come out the other end. From being at the darkest period of your life, how did you claw back out?
Do you know what I mean? So here's rock bottom, I'll give you an example. Here's rock bottom. Where else is there to go but up? And that's it. And I think a lot of people hit rock bottom and don't understand that the journey back up is where you become powerful. The obstacles that come in your way, where you jump or you go around and you overcome, that's where it is. The process, like there's a process when you get a house, there's a mortgage, you find a house, you have a viewing in your head where it looks like your dream house, the car, the steering wheel, or your kitchen, you feel it first. If you visualize it, then it becomes the process. And that's the same with everything we do. I wouldn't have got my bladder, bowels and functions back if I didn't believe in it in the end. If I wouldn't have been, I remember there's a time in physio, I'll give you a joke, I was in a wheelchair and I was like, I hate wheelchairs, I'm not using it. It's like, well, you're in it now, the physio. And they're very like you can get on with the physios. And I need to thank the NHS, the NHS and the police, because they saved me. Not my friends, the so-called people that told me they're going to be there for me, my tight family, my partner, my son. These are the attachments that if I had anything to attach, it would be them and my God. There's nothing else, because all the people that you think are going to be there are not, and everyone else. So I'll go back to the wheelchair. So you have to, you slide around in your wheelchair and there's a park car there, and then you have a slide board, you stick it underneath your leg and then you slide your bum over. So I was like, I'm not doing it. It's like, well, if you don't do it, you're never going to be able to drive. I said, I don't want to drive. Who wants to drive in a wheelchair? No offense to anyone. It wasn't my journey. I didn't want it. So my thing is, if I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to take the process to do it. Why must I do it? And then we was arguing in the thing, and then I've just got up and I just plonked my bum on the car seat and sat back down after about 5 minutes of being against it, and the whole physio room went quiet. Everyone, about 30 people went quiet, and I was like, what's going on? How do you do that? And I was like, do what? It's like, you just didn't use the slide board, you just stood up and sat down. I said, no, I didn't. But that's how bad the mental block was.
Wow.
So you have to, with going on the mental blocks, whether you're in a relationship, friendship or workship, you need to understand, just because someone's opinion of you or anything
104 people's opinion
doesn't count. It doesn't, because within 6 months I got all my functions back, but then my legs were weak. By that time I put on another further 11 stone in 7 months through depression. I was trying to eat myself to the grave basically, and I was just eating, secret eating, I had bad habits. And then it just dawned on me that what if I can lose this weight on this limb? It's gonna, even though it's moving just a little bit like that, what if I lose a bit more weight? And then they gave me the gym pass, and from then I haven't stopped in the gym.
So you're working out
every single day.
Amazing.
Monday to Friday.
So how, like, all of this story has obviously led to a new life, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're motivating, inspiring people. How are you doing that, and what's kind of like the reaction of people when you share your story?
So using my Instagram, which is I think we all have resources and stuff that we can use for people. I think instead of using Instagram as a negative, I think that was my outlet to use it as a positive. So I thought, how many people can I inspire with my story that see this? So they're in London at the Brixton Street Gym. It went viral. I need to thank them very much, because they picked up a story that I didn't know. It went viral, got like 160,000 views in 4 hours, comments. That's when AWOL become AWOL officially. And then from there, amazing AJ at Jibber with the Jabber.
Who connected us, by the way, so shout out to AJ. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Listen, his energy and the studio, wow.
All my days I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my, I feel like I was a Marvel. I said, you get AWOL Marvel. I need to get an AWOL character.
I've seen it on like from here, I haven't seen it in real life.
No, you need to see it. It's amazing. I need to thank him. Tam as well. Tam at TK MMA.
So you're out here with TK Fight Night.
Yeah. So TK Fight Night, I met Tam. So I done a video with Puma, but I recorded it randomly in his gym. Didn't know whose gym it was. The gym looked sick from an Instagram post. So I've gone there, done the video, and then he's messaging me saying, "Why didn't you send this to me?" I was like, bro, I don't even know who you are. And then I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh. Then I started realizing who he was. So he
this is Tam Khan, who's also the fight coordinator for TK Fight Night and Social Knockout.
Yes, Social Knockout. So with him. And then he messaged me saying, when you're back, let's do a video. So here I come back the other day. Tam he introduced me to the gym. Magnificent place to train. Energies, everything in there, and the people, the staff. Not only the staff, he gave me, so this guy, I hope they're watching, Adam and Slim. So,
Adam's they're in town?
Oh, yeah. So I'm in the gym, and he goes, let's hook up with my boys, you'll be all right. I was thinking, okay. So I was seeing, remember, I don't know you. There's no Instagram, and I'm just going there to see Tam. Introduced me to these guys. His staff were really helpful. Like I said, they even walked me to my taxi, and it was about 400 degrees, because I couldn't feel my feet. But
accurate, yeah.
And So I'm doing a video with them that's coming out this Friday.
These are like the biggest YouTubers, by the way.
Biggest YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
Slim Al-Bahar.
Yes, yeah,
Salah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So then he's like, yeah, let me follow you, bro, on Instagram. And he's put up a post of me, and I was like, huh? And then someone messaged me saying, do you know who these guys are? And I was like, yeah, I just checked with them. What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden,
do you really
know who they are? And then I see like Adam 1.5 million followers, and then Slim 2.71 and rising. And I just had to think, like, do you know what I mean? I think right place, energy, how I am, the path couldn't have been no different. And a lot of it's training. So I do seated circuits. And with my seated circuits, I do everything you can do, but sitting down. So for people that can't mentally go full, you've got no excuses because I'm doing a seated down class.
A lot of people you can help.
Women, men, people with mental health, everything. So yeah, I thank them. Like I said, AJ's energy. I love this guy, man. And he introduced me to this young man, which introduced me to you.
Amazing.
And that's why we're here.
Very quickly, so like we said at the beginning, he needs to be at the airport at 12 and the time has run out. Will you be back?
Yeah, I'll be back. So,
and how can people find you as well?
On AWOL_motivation. I'd always reply because I believe that you never know when someone messages you what they're going through. So I believe that. And remember, I just want to put out a message that whatever you're going through, like I said, the rock bottom, it's only rock bottom for a reason. You're meant to be there to do the climb. Once you're the climb, you've enjoyed the process, you're not going to want to ever go back down there. So you're never going to fail and go back down there. You just got to use it as a lesson more than a loss, I think. And have no attachments. The only positive attachment, my why is this, my God, my child, and my family. That's all that if any attachments that I have, that's it. And just good people like yourselves, do you know what I mean? Your energy is everything.
I've never been so shocked by a story on the show before. Like that, really, that's so powerful. If you're just joining again, please go back and watch it. Absolutely incredible story. Thank you and come back anytime. I hope you catch your flight.
Hopefully I'll be back 15th, 16th of October to come and watch their fight, the social fight.
See you there, then.
I watch Slim knock out his opponent. Adam's definitely winning as well. You know what I mean? They're both good people. And and I think fitness is everything. Fitness for me is therapy. Do you know what I mean? So
100%.
That's where I gain anything. And more than any gains is for me is emotionally therapy.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time so much.
I appreciate it.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. We'll see you then. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.